Do I want to see people prosper? Yes, that's why I created this channel. So if you're watching me and you're getting some information from me, but you have the audacity to say you don't want to help the next person prosper, shame on you. Okay, shame on you. Because that's what this channel is about. From Jay.
I am the tiger, man, the edge. And now you gotta get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is J.H. Y'all already know who I am. But first, let's kick it. I made a video, and the video had a gentleman, Mr. D. I appreciate him talking to you all. And he looked at things from a perspective. He looked at things from a perspective that was different than usually what I put out there. But I want to read you guys a comment from somebody that's been in the post office since I'm reading 1979. And I'm going to dissect what they say, and I'm going to give you my opinion behind it. The individual says, I've been fighting the fight since 1979. Management has and always will be the same. They are a cult in and of themselves that is officially trained to see crafts as inferior and disposable. They literally get trained on how to disrespect you and play gaslighting games with you and your coworkers to steer you like sheep into certain detrimental behavior. Only thing I can share with all the brothers and sisters in the craft is the unchangeable fact that it will always be us versus them when it comes to management. Now I ask you, do you want a station that runs smoothly? Well, the secret is to help bad management fail and fail hard quickly. Pay attention, because this individual's giving y'all some advice. You need to work as a unit to make sure none of those numbers are met. If you don't know what I mean by that, every place you work, they go off of numbers. Let corporate do the cleaning for you. In the event that you get the rare unicorn member of management that will bend over backwards for his/her crew, then you do the same to make sure that they are a success every day when that good manager's around, basically. You walk that station and make sure that everything needs to be done is done and on time. Keep in mind that them bending over backwards for you alone doesn't make them good management. They have to have all of your crews back. If you are that rare brown noser that gets special treatment and ignore injustice around you, then you are worse than all of them combined. Divide and conquer is USPS Management 101. Man, that's... I pinned that comment in the video so you all can read it for yourself. What I gathered from this video is that Mr. D put out there some of the comments. The knowledge of the man is amazing. So glad to see someone put it in words for the younger generation. This individual said, damn, bro, I watched this video 7 times. This is your best one. Everything that young brother said is true. We need change. Just like he said, it's everywhere. It could be so much better if management would be better. Another individual, great video. I came to the post office back in April, made it to the office May 6th, hated the office, didn't like my decision as a CCA. I transferred out the office immediately. I was so grateful to the postmaster to hold on to me. I'm now a PSC, 2 days in. My entire attitude is better because my environment management and workload are a better fit. Now, what that individual did is basically what I told you guys. Don't quit. Don't quit. Apply for something different. That's what this individual said. The other one said he spoke nothing but realness, period. Now, why am I saying this in the video when you could read this yourself? Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because I'm not a young head and I'm not an old head. I'm right in between. And I got my opinion about it. Now, I'm not here to sugarcoat things like that brother said. I don't sugarcoat things. We're going to look at things from both perspectives, two different ways. I have said multiple times that management is very difficult to deal with. Management has issues. A lot of the things that they have to do are for numbers. A lot of people that were in management slept their way up to the top, or they were hand chosen because they are yes boys. I also said if we want to change, that we had to work our way up. Now, they were hiring managers, and I made a video about that maybe 2-3 months ago. And I put it out there, and I noticed that video didn't get a lot of views because the same people that are here griping, they're not the ones applying. You don't need to be a regular career employee to be a manager. The change starts from us. The change starts from you, the ones that know your job. And I also emphasized in my videos before, I said, don't get into management to become part of the problem. If you genuinely want to see the United States Postal Service succeed, it takes a couple of us to start planting those seeds so that the mindset of prosperity can grow within the post office. It takes you, instead of griping, instead of sitting behind, instead of mumbling the murmur problem where everybody just gripes with each other and says, hey, we have this issue, but there's nothing we can do, and they just continue to talk about the negativity that everybody hears about the negativity. And when you walk into work and you hear nothing but more and more negative, let me tell you something. I don't want to hear the negative when I come into work. I want to do some change. I want to change for the better. I want to try to implement something that I can do. Well, Jay, you talking all that smack? You ain't doing nothing. Wrong. My man Trump said that. Wrong. Let me tell you, I did step up for a little while. I wasn't the fit that they were looking for, but that's another day. That's another story. But what you need to do is get enough of you that have like-minded people that are looking for progress. Learn the system first. Don't just walk in and say, oh, well, I've carried mail for 3 months. I'm a great carrier. I can direct the whole station. No, you can't. Typically, what they have stuck is 204Bs and those managers. Anytime you walk into a station, you'll always hear stories about, they said, man, you know, that guy's a manager or that guy's a postmaster, and I heard he sucked at his job. And I heard that person was horrible when they were there. That person came from a different department. That person couldn't get fired, so they put him in their place. You hear these stories. It needs to start from the top. But here goes. I understand where we had the other individuals that threw some shade at him and said, no, it ain't my job to train you. That's a trainer's job. That's what they said. They said, that's a T7's job. Well, I'm an older individual, but let me get this straight. You're telling me that when a new person steps into the post office, it's not your job? Nothing is our job at the post office, right? We got to stick with the book. If you want to see people prosper around you, then you do what you can. It's not your job. That's the mindset that man was talking about. It's not your job. Somebody made a comment about him and wake up and stop acting like a baby. You're right, it's not your job to train him. But don't you feel like the team would be better if they were successful? So how much audacity do you have if you don't take a couple of seconds and say, yo, listen, Kathy, I see you did this wrong a couple times, and I know this ain't my place to give you this information. It's not my place, but there's an easier way. How much energy would it take for you, the old head, to do that? Now, does Jay follow that steps? Yes, absolutely, I do. Because when we have new people that step into the post office that come under my craft, yeah, I'll step in there and show them easier ways to do what they do. Is it my job? No. But what do I want to see my people prosper? Absolutely. Absolutely. Do I want to see people prosper? Yes, that's why I created this channel. So if you're watching me and you're getting some information from me, but you have the audacity to say you don't want to help the next person prosper, shame on you. Okay, shame on you. Because that's what this channel is about from Jay. Trying to see people from Hawaii to Florida to New York to all over this country. I have tried my best to touch somebody to help them get a better lifestyle. Now, once they're in there, it takes you, the old head, a little bit of time to put a little bit of your effort into stop thinking about self first and share some of that knowledge with the younger generation. They already lost. Yeah, I said it. Wait a minute, Jay, we were on your side till you said that. Nah, Jay's not biased. No. Jay gonna call it like it is. A lot of you young folks feel like you're entitled to what the older folks have. Wrong. You are not entitled. You work to where they're at. Now you don't see them doing anything. You like, well, man, that person went and they take a nap on their break. Number one, mind your business. Number two, don't follow suit. If that old head don't want to help you, that old head don't want to show you the right way, you make it a point to do your best by any means necessary, young folk, younger generation, to try to network with your own kind. Somebody in your office, somebody, one of those other carriers are around your age range. Ladies, not all men want to sleep with you. Get a number from one of those young studs that actually know how to carry. We got CCA Nick. Sure, he'll go and bend himself backwards to try to help anybody. We got Dave from the West Side. We'll try to help anybody. There are more people like Jay in every single area in this country. All you got to do, young people, is you got to want it. You got to seek the information. Just like you click this to watch this, you got to seek the information for yourself. Don't feel like it's going to get handed to you, okay? Because you have a carrier that'll say, you know what? Here's my number. If you need me for anything, I did that route before. I'll be there to help you. You have a clerk that'll say, listen, you know you're going to have some issues when you hit the window, but if you need any, just shoot me a text and I'll try to help you out the best I can. That's what the young folks want. They want somebody to sit there and say, I will be there to help you the best I can. Not saying that they'll have their hands held, but they want somebody to know that they're able to fall back on somebody. Well, Jay, you know darn well we didn't have that. You're right, we didn't have that when we came up. That's why I feel like the younger generation is soft. We didn't have that. You're right. We also didn't have cell phones back then easier. But I bet you watching it through, we didn't have YouTube back then either, right? Look, half the stuff we have right now, we didn't have back then when we was coming up, right? Right. So things progress. Progress with the times, okay? Help the young people if you can. Young people, utilize what you have, the information that's readily available in front of you to try to do the best you can. Now, I'm not saying that every place you go to is going to be the end all or the perfect fit for you, just like that lady said. No, not every place is going to work like that. Not every place is going to have a manager that's going to be able to sit there. You're going to be able to work around that person. They have those high turnover rates in certain places. But it starts from you. Once you get the swing of it and you get the hang of it and you actually work and you want this, eventually, once you're there 5-10 years and you see the newbie show up, you're there to say, man, I was just like you 10 years ago. I was lost 10 years ago. I'm doing a lot better than I was 10 years ago. Let me try to give you some guidance that was never given to me or some that was given to me 10 years ago to help me get to where I'm at today. I don't know if anybody understands what I said, but I'm sure everybody understood what Jay just said. I need everybody. If you watch my channel, I'm not biased. I'm not Republican, Democrat. I'm not black, I'm not white. I'm not man, I'm not woman. I am for all of USPS. You hear me? Make that change. This is JH. We out.